Hello everyone, it's me Butterfly Spirit 314 and I am back with another video. I just want to make sure I'm recording here just so that I know that you guys are seeing what I have here. So in today's video, we are going to talk about how to find a house for rent. So we're going to talk about where to look for a house for rent, where you want to live, how much you want to pay, the type of house you want to live in, how many bedrooms you want, the type of landlords are out there, how to express interest in a rental home. We're going to talk about you having your questions ready when you go and look at a rental. And then I'm just going to give you guys a brief explanation of the rental process for a house that I went through, okay? So these are all the things we're going to go through, okay? And we're gonna go through them one at a time just in case I just like ran through that and you guys are like, I don't know what she's talking about. Okay. So let's go back and start again. So, how to find a house for rent. So, the first thing that you need to know, if you know you want to rent a house, the first thing is you need to know where to look to find houses for rent. If you drive through your neighborhood, then you may find that there are not any houses for rent. And you might be convinced that there are no houses out there to rent and that all the houses out there are only available for sale. But that's not true. There are houses for rent. You just have to know where to look. Okay. So a place that I went to find houses that are for rent, and I'm going to show you, is that I went to Zillow to find the house that I now rent at this point in time. Another place that you can go is you can go on Facebook and you can look on the Facebook Marketplace for houses for rent. It can be a little tricky when you're looking for a house for rent on Facebook because there doesn't seem to be a lot of selection from my own personal opinion. And some of the houses that are on Facebook have kind of been on there for a while, so you don't know if somebody has rented out those places or not, in my opinion. You can also look for a house for rent on Craigslist as well. So you can go on Craigslist, and I can kind of show you guys on Craigslist how to find houses for rent, just so that you know. Okay. And then another place where you can look with respect to trying to find a house for rent is you can drive around the neighborhood that you want to live in. Who knows, for the neighborhood you want to live in or in the city you want to live in, you may be able to find one or two rentals out there, but really, if you look online, you will find that there's a lot more rentals out there. So driving around can have its benefits sometimes, but most of the time, I would say it's better to kind of go online and look. If you were looking for an apartment, you might find that there's more apartments out there for rent than maybe houses available, depending on the kind of area you're looking in. Because if you're looking in a really great area, it might be hard to find a house. Or if there's a house that's for rent, that house goes off the market really fast because somebody saw it, they wanted it, and they put in an application and they got that house before you can get it. Yes, looking for a house is very competitive, especially if you're going to be looking for a house. If you're going to be looking for a house in the spring or in the summer. In the summer, I read this article and I was told that in this article that if you're trying to get a house in the summer, it's very hard because that is moving season. That's when people are, have the time to look. Their kids are out of school and they're looking to move into a house. And most of the time, if you're looking for a house in the summer, the price of the houses are going to be high because the demand for the houses are going to be high too. So there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be fighting over houses. If you look for houses for rent specifically like in the winter time or in like the springtime, you might manage to have a better choice of getting a house. For me, I managed to score a house in the springtime in March is when I got approved to rent the house that I'm in with my fiance. And so I would say spring could be a good time, but you need to start looking for a house well before it's time for you to move. Okay. I'm going to say this again. You need to look for a house well before the time it is for you to move. Now, I get it. Some of you guys may be saying that, oh, well, I move out in the summer. Why should I start looking earlier than that? because the earlier you start looking, the more things you're going to start to learn about houses that are out there in the market, so you can know whether or not you're getting a good deal or not for a house. Okay, so I just want to share that with you guys. Okay. Okay, another thing. There are other rental websites out there that you can look on for houses that are available in the area you want to be in. Okay, so again, places you can look for a house, you can look on Zillow, you can look on Facebook Marketplace, you can look on Craigslist, you can drive around the area you want to live in or city you want to live in, or you can look on rental websites. And another way to find places to rent is that you can ask around and ask friends or family if they know any places for rent. And they might be able to tell you, oh, yeah, I saw this place for rent here and I saw this place for rent there. That's what I found when I was looking for a place to rent. Um, my dad was telling me that there were some places for rent around where he was, but that wasn't in the area where I wanted to live at. So I just kind of disregarded what he was saying. But who knows? You might find a family member who finds a house in that desirable area that you want to be in, and they might tell you about it, if they're not looking for a place themselves. Okay? Because you might be competing against friends or family to get a particular rental if they're looking to rent a place as well, specifically a house. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at looking for a house to rent on Zillow. Okay? I don't just want to tell you about it, I want to show you. I will try to keep this video somewhat short. So I'll look into showing you where to find houses for rent on Zillow and houses for rent on Craigslist, and we'll just kind of go through it from there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to start off with Craigslist here and then Zillow, because I think Zillow is gonna be where I'm gonna want to spend my time at. Okay. All right, so let's go to Craigslist. I know I already have Zillow. So let's go to Craigslist. Now, I understand, you guys, Craigslist does have somewhat of a shoddy type of nature for people, and they don't trust Craigslist. But I found out Craigslist is a great place to look for some cheap rentals if you're trying to get a house or an apartment. That's what I heard. So that's why I was looking here when I was trying to find a house for rent. I also looked on Craigslist when I was looking for an apartment to rent as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can find what we're looking for. And make sure I'm still recording here for you guys. Ooh, I'm still recording. Good. Okay, so let's try to see if we can find a place for rent. So if you're going to look on Craigslist for a house to rent, it's not front and center for you to see where to look. Okay, it's not. You might be thinking, okay, I look for sale, but you're not going to find it there. You're not going to look in the jobs area here, and you're not going to find it over here in community. I mean, you may, but who knows? But another thing about Craigslist is when you type in Craigslist, Craigslist is going to go by the city that you live in, and then from there, it's going to kind of give you results there. Okay, as you can see on the side here, Craigslist has another other cities here that are closer, that are far off away from me by a distance and stuff. But I would just say look based off the city that you're in. Look on that Craigslist website. I'm not going to say you can't look in other cities for places to live, but I would just say start off in your own general area just to get some kind of idea of the type of houses that are available. So where you look, and I'm trying to think here, you look under housing, and you'll see apartments, housing swap, housing wanted, um, office, commercial, parking, storage, real estate for sale, rooms shared, rooms wanted, sublet, temporary, vacation rentals. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to look under, if my memory serves me right, you're going to look under apartments, housing. Yay! Works. So you're going to look under apartments, housing. Now, you're not just going to look from this list. I mean, if you go down this list, there's tons, as you guys can see, there's tons of results here of places and things like that. And you can kind of get overwhelmed. I mean, look down here, it says 1 to 150, and there's 300,000 in total. So there's a lot going on. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to tell you guys that you want to filter your results. Okay. You definitely want to do that here on Craigslist. So I'm going to show you guys how to filter here so you can look for what it is you want to find here so you can be good. Okay. So let's show you here. So if you're going to be looking for a house, first thing you want to do is you want to be on this side here. And Craigslist lets you filter by different things, by search titles only, whether the listing has an image, if it's posted today. I don't know what bundle duplicates is or include nearby areas. I'm not too sure about that. One of the things is I know you want to make sure if you're looking for a house has to have an image, so you want to have that checked, and you notice Facebook refreshes itself. Okay. And then another thing, if you're looking for a house, because you notice that there's apartment listings up here. Another thing you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to specify the type of housing type. So to find the housing type, you're going to go down here, and you're going to go down to house. Okay, you're going to click house. You're going to click house because you want a house for rent. Okay, and then I don't believe it says if you want to say like for rent or everything or something, whatever. So here's availability. Sorry guys, again, I got tied up with my words here. You can check availability. I didn't choose that when I was looking for a place to rent. I just chose has an image and house under housing type. Remember guys, you have to scroll down here to housing type. Housing type is not up here, it's down here. And you have to remember that for housing type, you have to click this housing word here, and then it's going to bring down this arrow, and you're going to click the box for house. Okay. Then you're going to update your search. Now, I will tell you what is going to happen, guys, is that you are going to find that sometimes, even though you click house, you may still see results for an apartment. You still might see that because there are some people who post apartments on here, but they want people who are looking for a house to look at that apartment because they kind of want to get people to change their mind and things. So be aware of what you're looking for. And if you see an apartment listing on here, don't get too frustrated. It's just based off the kind of terms that someone put under their posting. Okay. Now, as you guys can see, there's a lot of options here of houses. Here's a nice house here. It is for 1,600. It says Newark, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, huge garage, granite, stainless steel, stainless, sorry, and it's located in Wentzville. Okay. Let's go ahead and click through the pictures here. Now it is for 1,600. When it says 1,600 / 3 bedrooms, and it says 1,450 square feet, or 1,450 square feet, I want to break that down. So 1,600 is how much you're going to be paying to rent this house. Okay. That's how much you're going to be paying a month to rent this house. Okay. 3 bedroom. It's a 3 bedroom house, and then the house, the amount of square footage is 1,450 square feet. Okay. And you notice in the title here, it says, boast about the 3 bedroom, 2 baths, huge garage. Of course, there's granite, and then there's stainless there. Most likely stainless appliances. Okay. And it talks about the location or the city. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look through the pictures here so we can see what it looks like. Okay, I was thinking it was going to make it bigger. Let's see if it makes it bigger. Okay, great. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let me make sure I'm still recording with you guys. Awesome. Okay, so look at this house. It's very beautiful. For those of you who are thinking about renting a house, this might be the most desirable house for you. But you have to think about your circumstances. If you're somebody and you're you're young and you're like 18 or in your 20s and you're looking for a house, this might be desirable for you because you're thinking, oh, I want my first house to be new. I want it to look like this. But I will tell you that you have to make sure that you're going to have enough money to be able to afford this kind of house. And when it says 1600 a month, I do want to emphasize that you will have to pay 1600 a month for this house, but for a house you will have to make sure that you make at least 3 times the rent. That is something I found when it came to renting an apartment. um, and also through some of the housing listings I saw is that you have to make at least 3 times the rent. So let's bring up the calculator to see how much that is. Okay, so here we go. 1600, 3 times that, bam, that's $4,800. So you have to have this much money as income in order to be able to get this house right here. Okay, so you have to make $4,800 to be able to get this kind of house right here. Okay, so I just want to kind of emphasize that. A lot of people out there that may be talking in renting videos, they may not specify that you have to make 3 times the rent, but that is the typical standard. That's something I found with looking for apartments to rent and houses to rent. My first apartment, me and my fiance lucked up because they wanted us to make at least 2.5 times the rent, which was great because we actually met that amount of income. But typically, if you're going to be getting an apartment or a house, you will have to make 3 times the rent. So I want to emphasize that for you guys. I can't emphasize that enough because if it's your first time renting or something, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or beyond, you need to know that you need to have an income that is at least 3 times the rent. Okay, have to make sure of that. So that's why I'm mailing in there for you guys because I did not know that when I was looking for my first place, and I never heard it in high school or from any adults that I knew or anything like that or any friends. Okay, all right. So let's take a look at this house here that is 1600 a month. Okay, so I'll just click through the pictures here. Oh wow, look at that nice big kitchen. You have that. Looks like you have nice wide kitchen. There's an island here with some really cool lights here. Some ceiling lights. Looks like a vaulted kind of ceiling. I think a vaulted ceiling is kind of like diagonal or something like that. Got that nice dishwasher. Lot of like counter space and stuff. This looks like it'll be really great for somebody that likes to cook. It's also great for somebody if they have a lot of people in the house and things like that, that'll be coming through the kitchen. Okay, and then here's the other side of the kitchen. I guess they want to show you that like they may have like some kind of deck outside or patio area. Here's a bit of carpet. I guess they're kind of trying to show you from afar what it looks like. But actually, it doesn't look as big from this picture here um, as I thought it was. So who knows? This picture actually brings perspective because this is gigantic, right? Makes it look huge, but this kind of makes it look smaller. This is why I say it's really important for you to go and actually tour a house just to see what it really looks like because people can Photoshop pictures and make them look any kind of way. So you don't just want to, express interest in a place and apply for it based off of what pictures look like. You actually want to go there and see it in person. Here is the carpet area. I guess this is like some kind of open space. I'm not sure if this is like a living room area or not. Looks like some people have kind of been walking around through here. Maybe some people recently moved out. This might be a bedroom. I'm not sure. One of the things I wish that they would have done is they at least would have had like a little note or maybe some kind of like writing that says bedroom, at least here, like first bedroom, second bedroom, or third bedroom, at least something so you know. This looks like a closet. They're trying to show you there's like area to store things. Oh, here's a bathroom. Okay, so it's a nice bathroom. I wish the picture was a bit bigger. I like the shower and the sink area. Toilet's kind of average. This looks like kind of a really like kind of upscale shower. Oh, that's really nice. So you got like a slide that door, and there's like a tiny little closet right there. This is another side of a room. I'm not sure if this is the same room or another room that's there. Okay, so I guess this is a small room. So maybe this is the same room, just from different angles, I guess. Here's a bathroom. Now, I'm not sure if this is like just a common bathroom or not. This looks similar to the other bathroom, except this bathroom looks like it's a little bit more basic. Maybe this is like a shared bathroom that's there. The other bathroom, let me go back for you guys to see. This other bathroom, this is probably more of the master bedroom here because of the shower. Rather than like your basic. So basic bathroom, master bathroom. But I would expect a master bathroom to also have a tub as well with it. So, and I don't see that in there. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. Oop, oops, sorry. Let me go back. See, if you click off the picture, it makes you like lose where you were. Okay. Here's a washer and dryer hookup. This is what this is. This is for like a washer, and that's probably like for a dryer. You can probably put like a washer here and like a stackable dryer that like that's like a dryer that's like here. Or maybe you can have like a small washer here and then a dryer on top of it. But a lot of washers you typically are front like top loaders. You open up the lid and you put stuff in. So you kind of have to figure out like your options for um, yeah, like a washer and dryer. Here's your basement. Looks like it's insulated because it's got the pink insulation here. Looks pretty dry here in the basement. Um, Hopefully they have a little bit more. In my opinion, I would prefer that you have one area of your basement that's unfinished and the other side is finished, just in case you have people who want to come and see you, and you can have like an area for somebody to kind of live in the basement area. Okay, and I guess this is the garage here. And then here's, I guess this is the patio. That's upstairs. So, guys, here's the thing about this house I will say that's for rent. I wish they actually had an actual video to kind of show you what it really looks like those 3D tours, so you can kind of see like the full view of the rooms, because these pictures don't really do a great job of selling this house very much. I mean, showing the kitchen is good. It's a good selling point. And then like showing the patio is good, but it really doesn't emphasize for the rooms. It doesn't really show you like what's the master bathroom. The only way I knew what the master bathroom is that you have the shower. But in my opinion, a master bathroom should have a shower and a bathtub. Okay. And then the other rooms, like the two small rooms, I wish I would have had like a 3D view of that. That would be kind of something I would tell somebody they're going to be like listing a rental like this. Definitely have a 3D video, or at least some kind of YouTube video that people can go to kind of see the 3D of the house. So you kind of get your house sold, especially for somebody. Let's say somebody is moving to the city where you have your rental at, and they want to see what it looks like, and they can't get there right away, like due to what's happening right now with the COVID-19 thing. Then at least a 3D tour would be great. The pictures, in a way, could be misleading because it doesn't show some of the areas that you may want to see. And there's some things that are kind of left out, and you're kind of left to guess that. Okay, so yeah, that's this house, the 1600. Okay. Another thing I would tell you guys to do is definitely look at the paragraph of writing that they have to kind of illustrate the house. See if there's any information that they share with you that kind of lets you know more information. So I'll just read this description here. So it says this newer 3-bedroom, 2-bath home has every upgrade you can imagine. They include vaulted ceilings, rounded corners, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, maple cabinets with soft close, ceramic tile, in kitchen, laundry, baths, central island, custom neutral, colored paint job throughout, framed windows, taller baseboards, adult sized cabinets in bathrooms with marble countertops, walk in closets, upgrade carriage doors on an oversized two car garage with openers, brick mailboxes, 6 panel doors, upgrade water, flashlight fixtures throughout the house. Okay. But with all the things that they said, that still is not enough to sell me on this place at all because there's some things that they don't explain. And I think the only way you can get it explained is if you go and tour this place. Now, it is helpful that they did tell you that you can have cats in the house and dogs in the house by saying cats are okay, per, dogs are okay, woof. And then house, and then wash and dryer hookups in attached garage. But I really feel like they should have. I know they're trying to illustrate and sell this place for somebody to rent, but I feel like it's kind of lacking because it doesn't talk about some of the things you don't see, you know. So I think what really would elevate this rental here and get people to look into it would be to have a 3D video. But they just posted this about 5 hours ago, so I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is just go back here. Making sure it still has my search results, has image, and then house. Let's make sure. I want to make sure. Yeah, I want to make sure that Craigslist didn't fill this in, just so that I can see it. Okay. So I'm just showing you guys here. Okay. All right. So you still have other rentals. I just picked this house out here. But typically, what you want to do is you want to filter based off the kind of house you want. It's good to know if you want to have a pet or not, if you want your rental to be furnished, whether you care if it's no smoking or not, wheelchair accessible or not, whether you want to pay an application fee, like no application fee or no broker fee or something. Okay. So as you guys can see, here's houses on Craigslist here. I think in the houses you can type a term and maybe it'll just show something specific. Okay. So as you can see, there's houses of different prices. This house is $795. This is $800. This is $850. There's your $1,550, $1,400, $900, and things. And here, as I showed you, you see this right here, guys. This says a townhouse. Okay. And if you're looking for a house as opposed to a townhouse is kind of like you still be in an apartment. And if you don't want something like an apartment, then a townhouse is more likely not for you. That's what I mean, that you'll still have those kind of apartment results. And then you see this, it says beautiful apartment available now. We said we were looking for a house, not in a beautiful apartment. We want a specific house. Okay. Let's take a look at this listing. Okay, guys, I want you to take a look at this. You see this? I don't know if this is really hard for you to see or not. Let's zoom in here so we can see this. Okay, let's zoom in because I want you guys to definitely see this. Let me zoom back out. Okay, do you, oh my goodness, what's going on? Okay, do you guys see this right here? You see this house? It's kind of a bad picture. Let's see if okay. Okay, you guys see this house right here? I'm sorry, you see this building right here, not house. Oop, go back. You see this right here? This looks like this is an apartment. Remember, we said we're looking for a house, not an apartment. But yet they want to show you results for an apartment. Now let's see if we can verify that this is an apartment. So it says house for rent. Okay? But what I'm seeing is this an apartment. So let's see if we can find out if this is a house or an apartment. So let's see. So let's look from the pictures to see if this is a house or apartment. Just having a little fun here. So let's look. Okay, they show you the side windows, they show you the back, they show you this room. We're kind of flipping through the pictures here. So who knows, this might be a house, I don't know. Okay. Looks like it might be an old house, possibly. Okay. From the outside, it just looks like an apartment, and that doesn't seem like something I'd be interested in. Okay, so let's see. It says it's a house for rent. Let's see. Okay, look at this, guys. I want you to look at this right here. It says this entire house is being rented. This entire house is being rented with the exception of one bedroom, the blue room. So, guys, girls, if you hear that they're renting out the entire place, but one place is left by itself, I would be thinking, okay, who's going to be living in that blue bedroom? Who's going to be living there? Okay. And I would question it because if even if you get 3 bedrooms, 3 baths for this house, but you're missing a bedroom, okay? If you're missing that, right, then that makes me wonder if your landlord that you're renting from is going to be living with you. And for some people, that's not very comfortable for somebody else to be living in there and stuff. Okay. Now, this kind of makes me think that this particular house, it makes me think that the rooms in this house were individually rented out to different people. And that's why somebody still is residing in that blue bedroom, is because different people were renting out the rooms. And that's what was going on. Okay. So just watch out for that kind of stuff. Okay. Be aware of that. Okay. I'm not gonna read through all this. Let's see if I can find that blue bedroom real quick. Where's the blue bedroom? I guess this is what they're talking about. Okay, that's the bathroom. So I guess this is the room they're talking about. Where is the blue bedroom? Oh my goodness, I don't even know where the blue bedroom is. Okay, I guess this is the blue bedroom. I guess they're talking about. So I guess somebody else lives there. I guess. The good thing is that with this house, at least they tell you that there's no smoking, there's off-street parking, and it's furnished. At least they tell you that. But you may or may not be cool with moving into a place that has furniture, because who knows who's slept on that furniture, you know? So, yeah. But this house looks like it's available. It looks like it's in a city called University City, Missouri. This house is $1,950 a month, 3 bedrooms, 2,140 square feet, which is a lot more than that other place. Okay, a lot more. So yeah, Craigslist is a place you can kind of go and look at some different rentals and stuff. You may find some options where there's like rent to own options for places and stuff here too. So yeah. Um, hmm. Let's see. Um, as you guys can see, there's other like things on here. I would just say when you're looking on Craigslist, just be cautious. Now, I want to go back to one of the rentals we looked at, or we can even use this rental. Let's use this rental right here. So this is a house for $800 a month, 3 bedrooms. Remember what I said, that you have to make 3 times the rent. I assume you have to make 3 times the rent for this place. So let's get out that calculator one more time here, just so you know. So the calculator, okay, so it's 800. So 800 times 3, $2,400 is how much you have to make a month in order to get this place. but it's located at Edwardsville, Illinois, and it was posted 4 days ago. Based off the amount of days, you don't know how many people have been looking into this place. There might be somebody that put an application in on this place if it's been on here for a few days. So that's something to think about as well. It's good they say cats and dogs are okay. That seems like it's kind of the standard here, and it's good they say it's available. But even if they say it's available, that doesn't mean somebody else has not expressed interest in putting an application on this house. Okay. Now, guys, here's something I want you to notice. Watch out for something like this. You see this? This house right here, and I'm glad I came across this and chose this house for you guys. This one house listing. Notice, guys, when you go to click the picture, there's only one picture. Only one picture. There's not multiple pictures where you can see the different rooms. They only show you one view of the front. So I would say I would bypass a listing like this if you cannot see all the rooms in pictures, because you never know if somebody's posting a scam out there. And who knows if they're trying to lure people to this particular place. Now, I'm not saying they're trying to do that, but if it's only one picture and they're not showing anything else, that either means the person who posted is super lazy, or that means that this could be a scam and you should just bypass this completely. Okay? So I'm glad this came up here. I'm so glad it came up. And you can also find this happening on Zillow as well. Okay? So this is kind of me just showing you that. Now, if you decided that you wanted to express interest, so let's go back to one of the other places that we looked at. Let's go back to one of the places we looked at. That other place was so pretty, but let's go back to this one. So if you wanted to express interest in this house that was posted 5 hours ago, if you want to express interest, the way you do it is you go to reply. I'm waiting. And then sometimes it's not going to give you a contact name up here, but you notice that this time it shows the name. So the person's name is Blake. And then to get their phone number to show, you have to click that button that was there for phone number or contact, and then it'll show you how to reply. You reply by email. My advice is if you want to express interest in a house for rent, call. Don't leave an email, because who knows if this person checks their email? They may not. Okay? And you don't want to be beat out by somebody who's going to call this person. So definitely call this person. Ask them if this is available, so you can let them know you're interested and set up a time to come and view this house as soon as you can. Okay? Now, due to the COVID right now, that may not be an option to do that. But something the owner might do is they might have a 3D video for you to take a look at. Okay? And hopefully this house will be available once the epidemic kind of goes away for us. Okay? All right. So that's how you look for a rental on Craigslist. And I want you guys to know that even though you see a beautiful house like this and think this is your ideal, that may not necessarily be what you end up with. More likely than not, you may end up with a house that you end up renting that it may look something, not trying to shoot you guys' dreams here, but the house you may get that you actually rent may look like this, or it might look like this. Okay? So, if you're thinking about renting a place that's, a house in your area, the nice looking places, definitely know that those are going to be snatched up real fast. And also, just notice that there's different prices here as well on houses, okay? Okay. I said I was going to show you guys Zillow, and I can show you Zillow as well so you guys can get a visual of that. Most of you guys may be familiar with Zillow as a place to look for a house, so we'll kind of go into Zillow here. So we're going to close this out. All right. So Zillow's a little bit different if you're going to be looking for a house to rent, okay? So let's go ahead and look here for Zillow. So with Zillow, one of the things you're going to want to do um, is that you're going to have to know the neighborhood you want to live in if you want to find a house on Zillow. So I'm just going to pick I'm just going to type in a city here. This is a city that I live in. This is a reference. Just know with Zillow, you have to either plug in a city, a state, like here, or zip code. And be sure to make sure you choose the right city and state. Don't just plug in the city and think that's going to give you a result. Definitely choose the right city and state where you're looking for a place. So this is where I live in. This is where I live at, which is St. Louis, Missouri. So I'm going to choose this as an area. Okay. Now you notice Zillow automatically went to for rent, but when you first come in here, and I'm going to close this out just so you can see it here. I'm going to close it out and show here. Let's go to Zillow. Let's go to Zillow again. Okay, when you go to Zillow here and you type in where you're trying to look for a place, let's do it again. I hope it pops it up again. Okay, so you're gonna go and you know St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, Zillow didn't do what I wanted to do, but because I looked at Zillow earlier. But when you first like after you type in the city and then a state that you want to look for a place at, and you click search. The next thing Zillow does is it's gonna pop up a screen that says, do you want to look for a place to rent or a place that is for sale? So that's the screen that's gonna pop up. Okay, just so you can see. Okay. Now it's on the option for rent is an option, but Zillow also has the option of showing you listings for if you want to go to for sale. And you click done, then it's going to show you all the listings for sale in St. Louis, Missouri, which is 890 results here. But since we're looking for homes for rent, we're going to click for rent. Now, as I told you, that you're going to see that Zillow is going to do a Craigslist, and even though you're looking for a house, it still can have unfiltered results. So what you want to do here, okay, like you see this here, most likely this is an apartment, which I'm going to click here and see. Oh, this is an apartment. It's a, oh yes, it's a, wow, it's a, I don't know if this is like, I'm not sure. I guess this is a, maybe these are homes here. Okay, so there's different units. Okay, so you have a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom units here. So looks like either a church or a school or something. Kind of bizarre that they have this. Just trying to make sure I'm still recording. I'm recording? Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of bizarre. But this is not a house. As I said, it's showing apartments. Okay, here. So Zillow has unfiltered results here. Don't expect it just to show only houses. Like I said, it's gonna pop in some apartments there, and some townhomes and stuff. Here's an advertisement for an apartment, as you can see. You know, you can tell because this listing says the Barton, St. Louis, pet friendly fitness center, watch dry in unit, rent starting at 1,690. That's definitely an apartment. It definitely is because it's talking about a fitness center, and that's usually a resource associated with like an apartment. Okay, so yeah, and let's click on it to see. Look at that, the Barton. Here we go. Scroll down. Apartments for rent in St. Louis, Missouri. Perfectly centered, perfectly you. See what I mean? See what I mean, guys? What I mean is that you're going to have some things where they show apartments even when you're looking for a house. So this is something I really want to show. Okay, but with Zillow, when you're looking for a house, you just have to make sure you filter it here. So The difference here from Craigslist is that it has a shorter option of home types, because people think of homes as different types of places. Some people look at a condo as a home, some look at apartment as a home, some people look at a townhome as a home. But ideally, in this case, the home we're looking for is going to be a house. Okay. When you think of a home, think of a home as a place where you can be yourself at and be happy at. My opinion, apartment is not that kind of place for you to be. It's just not. So to make sure you're looking for houses in particular, you're going to uncheck condos and co-ops, apartments and townhomes. You're going to uncheck those. You're going to click done. Now you're going to notice that's going to reduce the amount of options for a house, but that's good because you don't want to go through all those listings and be bombarded with apartments. Okay. So here we go. Oh, look at it here. There's an ad for an apartment again. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that. How do we know it's an apartment? We know it's an apartment because it's showing right here. It says, are you tired of high rise living? If so, then you will find exactly what you're looking for at West End Terrace. We are located in the middle of everything, yet far away from it all. When you come to West End Terrace Apartments, you will find garden style living on beautiful landscapes with the convenience of being within walking distance from shops and restaurants after a long day at work. And then it even says, in your apartments. Guys, you're looking for a house to rent, not an apartment. So I just want you to be aware of that, okay? We're going to be done with Zillow soon here. But I just kind of want to show you how to filter. Another thing about filtering with Zillow is that you can choose like the square footage. You can choose places based off if you've got a large dog, small dog, allow cats, the amenities, city, park, water, mountain area. You can even filter by the amount of days a property's been on Zillow. Okay. I'm going to show you a house. I'm going to filter by what I was looking for just so we can see if we can find it here. So when I was looking for a house and then I think I went by bedrooms. So it's not more. Here we go. Bed and bath. So here's how you filter for bed and baths in Zillow. So I chose 2+ bedrooms, and I think I just did 1+ bathroom. So a house with 2 bedrooms. And then it should update your search with the type of bedrooms because you can see here that Zillow should only show you homes that have like 2 or more bedrooms and 1 or more bathroom or something like that. So it should do that. But Zillow will show you homes that have more bedrooms than what you're looking for and things like that. So it will show you things like that. Now, here's the thing, guys. Another thing we're going to talk about soon here is that with Zillow, the good thing is you can filter by the price based off of the minimum amount and maximum amount of rent that you want to look for. Okay. I'm going to show you what happens if you're going to look for a place that's $200. Let's say, I'm just being funny, but let's say you want to look for a place that's between $200 and $600. You're going to notice that you don't get very many results. You only get this house for $365. But my thing is, if you find a house that cheap for rent, I would literally think that I would tell you right here that this might not be a house in the best area based off of what the house looks like. And also, you notice that it only has 2 pictures, which is kind of sketchy to me. So I don't know. But you notice there's people who've expressed interest. The good thing about Zillow is that it actually shows you how many days, like Craigslist, how long a house has been on out there. But it also shows you the amount of people who've expressed interest. And 52 people have expressed interest in this place based off of 2 pictures. Okay. Now, the crazy thing is it says Here's an opportunity for you to pay less rent than local rent with the added benefit of home ownership. No banks, no credit, low down payment of $2,000, 365 monthly payments, dollar monthly payments plus taxes and insurance. Sale price $35,149. This property is being offered on an owner franchise 20-year contract for a deed with no balloon payment or payment penalty. In order for you to qualify, you must have verifiable income greater than 4 times the monthly payment and a clean rental history for starters. Okay. Um, Now it says property sold as is, conditioned to serious buyers who inspect the property thoroughly. So one thing about this place I would say is this is probably not necessarily a place to rent as much as this is a property for somebody to buy as a fixer upper, and here it is right here. Fixer upper. For somebody to buy really cheap. And then, you know, then turn around and then rent it out to somebody else. So this is kind of misleading here. Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of show you that there as well. So price does play a factor in the kind of house that you're going to find here. Now there are results for houses for rent down here for $550 a month here to $559 a month. This looks like this has a video here. It has some really great, cool pictures here as well. Um, so that's kind of cool that they actually have this, and they have like a walkthrough here as well for this house, which is really cool. At least they kind of have that. You see this, guys? This is really cool how they showed like this video for this house is $595 a month. And the amount of square footage is amazing for a place as well. I think this is kind of cool here. How they show you like they show you the kitchen and things, and they show you like the rooms, and they show you like going in one room and things, and the bathroom and the shower and things like that. I think this is really kind of cool how they like show this like video and things like that. I think that's really cool. I think it's only fair for me to let you guys like see the whole video of the walkthrough here, just so that you kind of know um, what a walkthrough video could look like and stuff. So I'm just like gonna kind of just let you guys kind of look at it without like talking and stuff. Guys, I'm still here. I'm just kind of just letting you kind of take a look at the inside of this place. Looks like they have a finished basement here. I have to say something. Oh my gosh, guys, that basement had a unfinished area, finished area. That looks really cool. Great backyard. Oh my goodness. This looks amazing. It looks really cool. But look here, it says rent to own. Save money and become a home buyer. And then they talk about how what your landlord knows that you don't. By owning, you save $500 every month compared to renting after deductions, down payment, sell price. Must meet these requirements. Credit score of 620, FICO score or 580 for veterans. Okay, so Zillow. Zillow is going to tell you the type of credit score that you're going to need in order to be able to get a house. Okay, so like I was telling you guys, you do need to have a certain credit score. So with this particular credit score, you need a 620 credit score. Okay, FICO score. Now, I've heard that it's hard for you to know your FICO score, and most people don't know their FICO score. The only way you kind of find this out is like if you actually like um, like reach out to credit bureaus to see if they can tell you what your actual FICO score is and stuff. There's a lot that goes into credit scores and stuff. I'm not really an expert on it. I'm like building my credit up and everything, but um, I can tell you that I'm making my way with my credit and things and stuff. So I'm making progress um, in the area, but the thing for me with um, this rental is this looks great, but I don't know about buying a house like a rent to own thing. I think it's better to have something that's straightforward. Whether where you're just renting a place, not like renting to own or something like that. I think that's a lot more complicated than just renting a place where you just like apply and then you get approved and you like pay your rent. But there's a lot of people that are interested. Great thing about Zillow, it tells you the amount of days listed, like Craigslist. Um, and then the unique thing about Zillow is it tells you how many contacts. So how many contacts stands for the amount of people that have expressed interest in this particular place. So it's going to be pretty hard to get into this place. And if it's 251 people saw this and they wanted it, and then you see there's applications on here, 8 applications. That means that there's a lot of competition for this house. So my advice, guys, is if you see there's applications on a house for rent and you see there's already an application, my advice is to move on and then try to find a place that doesn't have any applications. Some people might say go for the house even if a house has one application on it, but I would say try to find a place that doesn't have an application on it. But you could try it. You could definitely try applying for a house that has an application. Um, the house I am renting right now, I came to look for it. Nobody had put in an application for the house that I came to look at. It wasn't my ideal house. I actually had a plan for renting another house. Okay. But what I can tell you is by the time I applied for the house, then after I put in my application with me, my fiance's information on it, I found out that somebody else had put in an application. Luckily, me and my fiance got it, which was awesome. So yeah, there's still the opportunity to definitely be able to apply for a house, even if there's an application on it. But hey, timing's everything. So if you find a house you want to rent, definitely get in and try to find a place. Now I'll show you something. With a house, I would say if you're going to do anything, look for a house. I would say start off if you're going to be looking to rent a house. Look for houses between I would say $600 and $1,000. The reason why I say $600 to $1,000 max is because that is typically where you're gonna see more results for houses within this range. Now you could find a house between 700 and 1,000, but typically I found that in my experience, this is like the area of where houses are. And so you kind of want to look in this range, but you want to make sure you can afford a house in this range. That means that you have to make sure you make 3 times whatever the rent is for that house. So just like this house right here is $950, you have to make 3 times that rent for their to be able to rent that place. So you have to have $950 times that magical 3 a month. So you have to have an income of at least 2,850. And that either means that you make that by yourself if you're going to be renting the place only on your own, or you can, you and your significant other, if you have one, or if you're renting a house with your sibling, make sure you guys both come together and um, you're able to make up that income amount so you can at least be able to afford that particular type of property. Okay. All right, so just hang on here for a second, guys. I'm gonna keep going here in a minute.